What if you could snag a classic '67 Mustang at an auction and make it faster than a brand new GT? Welcome back to Motors USA. You're looking at a Fastback that we dragged out of a Copart yard for 15 grand. In today's market, a clean '67 can fetch 6 figures, but this one? It was rotting from the inside out. We're calling this project the Widowmaker, not because it's dangerous, but because the power-to-weight ratio we're building toward is frankly irresponsible. We are starting with a naturally aspirated base, but the chassis is being prepped for forced induction later down the line. To hit that 700 plus HP mark, we aren't just restoring this car, we are building a 6-figure Restomod on a real-world budget. But first, we have to deal with the ugly truth of 50-year-old American steel. We stripped the shell to bare metal. And if you've ever fought rust on a US import, you know this pain. The floor pans were Swiss cheese. Instead of patching them, we cut the entire floor out and welded in fresh, heavy-gauge steel. But here is the secret sauce. We welded in full-length subframe connectors. Why? Because the torque of a modern V8 would literally twist this vintage unibody like a pretzel without them. Next, the engine bay. We shaved the firewall and cut out the intrusive original shock towers. In their place goes a strengthened independent front suspension system. Now, I know the old Mustang 2 setups had a bad rep for handling, but this is a modern, geometry-corrected version, designed specifically for track use. We finished by coating the undercarriage in a Raptor-style liner, perfect for protecting your investment from rough roads, whether you're in Texas or shipping these overseas to a humid climate like ours. The skeleton is now bulletproof, but a skeleton is useless without a heart. We've built a chassis that can handle massive power, but right now, it's empty. Up next, we're attempting a swap. That, many builders say, is a nightmare for you to fit in your shoes. You won't believe how tight the clearance is on the headers. This is the point of no return. We are dropping in a Gen 3 Ford Performance 5.0L Coyote V8. This isn't your grandfather's 289, it's a dual overhead cam monster pushing 460 horsepower and 420 lb-ft of torque right out of the box. And remember, that's just starting power. This block is built to handle boost all day long. Quick question for the comments section. Are you a naturally aspirated forever type of driver? Or do you need that supercharger whine? Drop a comment, NA or boost below. But here's the problem. This engine is wide. Physically, it's massive compared to the old pushrod V8s. As we lower it onto the adjustable motor mounts, it's a game of millimeters. We had to clearance the oil pan, to miss the steering rack, and fitting the alternator. That was a puzzle all on its own. The biggest headache was the exhaust. Stock manifolds won't fit, so we are installing custom stainless steel long tube headers. These set us back about $1,200. But they are critical to let that Coyote breathe. Wait until you see the driver's side clearance. We have literally a sheet of paper's width between the header and the steering shaft. It's tight, but it fits. Backing up the engine is a Tremec T56 Magnum 6-speed manual. We chose this because it's bulletproof. We paired it with a twin-disc clutch to handle the abuse, because let's be honest, this car is going to see some burnouts. The plumbing is next. We ran braided AN lines for the high-pressure fuel system and installed an oversized aluminum radiator with dual fans. Cooling is critical, especially if you plan to export this car to a hotter climate. The engine is in, and it looks like it was born there, but 460 horsepower is useless if you can't put it to the road. Up next, we're ditching the ancient leaf springs. We can max for a setup that will make this 50-year-old car handle like a modern Porsche. A true muscle car needs to do more than just go straight. The original 1967 suspension was basically farm equipment tech. To fix that, we are tearing out the old leaf springs. In the rear, we're installing a triangulated 4-link suspension. This locates the axle perfectly and eliminates that dreaded wheel hop during hard launches. We paired it with a custom Ford 9-inch Bars rear end with 3.73 gears, the gold standard for strength. You could launch this car at a drag strip all day, and this axle won't break. Up front, we dialed in the ride height with fully adjustable coilovers. This gives us that aggressive raked stance where the nose sits just slightly lower than the tail. The classic ready-to-pounce look. We bolted on 6 piston Willwood calipers. Now, stopping power. You can't build a Widowmaker without good brakes. With massive 14-inch drilled rotors, these will haul the car down from triple-digit speeds repeatedly without fading. Finally, the shoes. We fitted custom 18-inch forged wheels wrapped in 315 width rubber in the back. When we lowered the car onto the ground for the first time, the stance was just mean. It looks fast, standing still. The Mustang is on the ground and looking deadly. But open the door, and it's still a metal echo chamber. Coming up, we're mixing classic style with digital tech in the cockpit. And finally, you get to hear this beast wake up. We started with sound deadening everywhere. Floors, doors, roof. We're in the home stretch. The interior needs to match the performance. This makes the door shut with a solid thud instead of a tinny rattle, giving it that premium feel. For the dash, we didn't want to ruin the classic vibe, so we installed Dakota digital gauges. They look analog when the car is off, but light up with precise LED data when you hit the key. It monitors everything: oil pressure, temps, voltage, critical for protecting that expensive Coyote engine. We threw in bolstered sports seats with diamond-stitched leather. They look vintage, but actually hold you in place when you're carving corners. A wood-grain steering wheel and a brushed aluminum shifter ball complete the look. It's the perfect office for a driver. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, fluids are full, battery is connected. That is the sound of modern American horsepower. The idle is choppy, aggressive, and undeniably Mustang. It took a rusting shell from an auction yard and turned it into a street weapon. This build wasn't cheap, and it wasn't easy, but for real drivers, it's worth every penny. Or building dream rides, smash that subscribe button. And don't go anywhere. In the next video, we're taking this thing out for its first shakedown run and seeing if we can get it sideways. Thanks for watching Motors USA.
See you on the next ride.